Hi, and welcome back to another edition of the class of 2022. I'm your host, Neil McHale. With me today is Ellison O'Grady. Ellison, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So, can you believe that commencement's just a matter of weeks away?
It's definitely very hard to believe. After spending an entire year remote at OCC, the past two in-person semesters have really flown by. I turned 18 on May 6th, actually, and I'm graduating on the 26th, and I was only 16 when I started here, so I can't believe that those 2 years went by that fast.
So you also had the end of your high school career that was remote, right? And
yes.
Then, wow, okay, so heck of a transition for that.
It certainly was.
So on top of being an outstanding student here at Ocean County College, you're also a student that got really involved in clubs, involved in different honor societies, just involved in campus. Can you just tell us what kind of activities you were involved in and how all of that came about?
Yeah, I've been the president of OCC's math club, the president of OCC's philosophy club and the treasurer of OCC's math club. I joined philosophy club in my first semester here at OCC when it was only just getting off the ground again, and we were all remote then too. And there were so few members, so a lot of times at meetings it would just be me and the professors and maybe one or two other students at most. And then I joined math club when we came back in person, and it was a similar situation there. It had been run by just the faculty advisors for the entirety of for the duration of remote learning. And then myself and a few other students got involved, and it sort of got off the ground again. So those activities have really been awesome. And I'm also a member of Phi Theta Kappa and Sigma Kappa Delta, two of the honor societies we have here. So yeah, it's been really awesome. I've been involved in a lot of on-campus activities, and it's been a great experience to be able to be part of that community.
So obviously involved in a lot. I'm curious if there was a person or an individual that maybe set that in motion or got you super involved in things.
Well, I know that I think a huge influence for me would definitely have been Professor Westmoreland, he was very inspirational when he was trying to get philosophy club running again, because he was on the newer side as a professor. I think he started teaching here right at the beginning of the pandemic. So he started teaching here when everything was remote, and he was trying to get philosophy club going while we were remote, and it was the first club that I was a part of at OCC. So seeing, how enthusiastic he was to get that organization moving again, it kind of inspired me to join other clubs and organizations and to kind of bring that passion to those too. Sure.
Well, we're glad that you were involved while you were here and being part of those, kind of groundbreaking, build from the ground up in terms of those clubs and activities. I'm curious, we talked about the end of your high school and then the beginning of your college tenure being this weird kind of remote phase only. What's it been like this year being able to experience everything on campus and getting, access to everything like that?
It's a very different experience. Having my freshman level classes entirely remotely I think, it helped me build up what I needed to be a better student. I do think that remote learning made me a better student because it's so difficult that once you come back in person, it seems comparatively easy when you're actually in the classroom with professors. But more than anything, the actual interaction with professors was huge to me after we came back in person. Professor Gordon is definitely a professor who I have a lot of respect for. I've been in 2 of his classes. So I think coming back in person, getting to be around professors, to be around other students, not something that happened when I was remotely. I think I knew one other student here when we were remote. So just the actual interaction with the on-campus community definitely has made a major impact. It's been remarkable.
I'm curious what you would say to the student, maybe it's a student that's coming back next year with us, or it's a prospective student or somebody who's going to start to enroll in the fall that might be on the fence right now about getting involved in campus, whether that's clubs or honor societies, whatever it may be. What would you say to that student?
I would definitely say that a lot of the clubs here are very small. So if you're going to get involved, it's not like joining a club at a university where you might be one of 50 members and there's only so much of an impact you can have. If you decide to get involved in clubs and organizations here, you can make a real impact on the entire campus community, because when you get those clubs up and running and you make them visible, then your effort, the effort that you put into that club, that can impact so many other students. It can impact faculty who also participate in those clubs, and just the campus community as a whole. You can help make the place brighter for everybody.
Well, that's a great message to have, and we certainly encourage all of our students that are interested in joining clubs to go through student life. We have different clubs. We have honor societies, and really in any area that you need. So feel free to reach out to Student Life if you're interested. I want to finish with this on you. What's next for Ellison O'Grady? Where are you transferring to? What do you plan on studying? Career goals, maybe if you have them?
I'm planning on studying applied mathematics. Normally I say that and I watch people like flinch away from the very thought. But applied math and minoring in information technology, that's my goal. And I'm either going to NJIT or Rutgers. I'm going to be finding out in June if I got a big scholarship to NJIT. So fingers are definitely crossed for that. Yeah, as far as career goals go, I had a great experience when I started here at OCC in my economics classes, and I've begun thinking about possibly doing some economic modeling, maybe in the financial industry. So that's something that I'm thinking about kind of loosely, but I'd like to see where it takes me.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, good luck with all of that. Congratulations on your graduation, and we'll also keep our fingers crossed as you await your scholarships. But Ellison, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thanks to everyone for tuning into this episode of the Class of 2022, and we'll see all of our graduates at the commencement ceremony on Thursday, May 26th at 6 p.m.